Hello, welcome back. I don't know why I'm here, and God knows I don't know why I'm here, beyond the fact that a long time ago, two people had a very irresponsible night, and I am paying for it for the rest of my life. So anyway, this is the game that cropped up on my Steam thing, and I thought, you know what, let's give it a shot. According to some of the reviewers, said it's similar to the vein of Doki Doki Literature Club, which I did a full. That was one of my first that was like the first full playthrough and originally first stream I ever did. So you know what? Let's give it a shot and see what the hell happens, shall we? English. Yes. Um, Hello? There we go. Ow. Okay, the game is not responding. That's fun. Ebihimi? That's cute. Okay. So let's see. Options. What are our options in this game? Text speed. Okay. So let's return. Okay, so let's just. Ow, that's loud as hell in my ear, so let me just turn down my thing. Start game. I have a stress meter? When I regain consciousness, I realize I'm in a public bathroom. But it's not a normal public bathroom. The bathroom seems to extend outwards forever, infinitely, like an optical illusion. Dim light bulbs are suspended in flimsy plastic strings. They gutter in and out intermittently, unsure of themselves. My head feels heavy. Why does it hurt so much? I sigh and hold a hand against my temple. I can feel it pulsing beneath my fingertips. Gross. Human bodies really are gross. Bags of flesh that contain all sorts of stuff, bones and blood and guts and goo, with hearts that beat and lungs that shudder and bladders filled with... You're getting a little poetic here, sweetie. Makes me want to dig my fingernails in my skin, dig it off. Yep, okay, we are definitely starting off dark. That would look gross too. Yeah, I mean, yeah. No. I know biology, which I don't. I'm rubbish at school. Blood doesn't stay red for very long. It's supposed to air it oxidizes, I think, and then it starts to turn brown. Then it turns black. Sweetheart, I think you need a therapist. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel bad. Yeah, it's because it hasn't actually happened. It's nothing more than a silly fantasy. My head is still hurting. I'd be concerned as to why you passed out or blacked out in a public bathroom. I don't know. I feel like I've been walking for years. The walls and floor and the stalls and sinks and dryers and bins and mirrors continue to repeat over and over again in a loop. Stuck videotape. Some of Jazz's old video stuff when she was a kid. It was Disney stuff. Cinderella, Snow White. Aren't too well off, so we had to make do with our battered old VCR long after DVD players became the norm. Hey, now there's nothing wrong with watching a videotape. I mean, heck, I still watch videotapes, just like I watch DVDs. It's fine to work in VCR, that's a pain in the ass. Monster. Or when you put a tape in there and it had cannibalistic tendencies. as they all do, unfortunately. Like it spit out tapes with the film reels leaking out. Young, it used to scare me a little. Lots of things scare me. And this way and that. There are 5 sinks that meet against the wall, complete with silvery taps and soap dispensers. Stolen a roll of toilet paper and left it soaking in one of the basins. Somebody was really bored. It's a bit sad. Headed faulty heads. They're leaking. Long roll of loo paper is starting to turn soft. Sounds like something rotten. keep walking. Walk past the sinks. At least I think I walk past the sinks. Turn my head, I can see them again right in the corners of my eye. Chipped and cracked with soaps, the same roll of toilet lying in the rightmost basin. Well, appears still being waterboarded by the faulty. Okay, I do like some of these descriptions. This is these are kind of nice. I just ignore it, but when I glance at my right once more, there it is again. Did it occur to you that you're not walking? 5 sinks, 5 basins, 1 roll of toilet paper decomposing slowly. Reverse every time I see it. Are you just walking in a circle then? White paper flaking away from cardboard skeleton. Melts away. Feels like I'm melting away too. I don't know how long I've been walking. My feet are crammed inside my shoes. My toes are pushed up on the tips so they rub red and raw. That's when I realize I'm wearing my old white heels from Aunt Shirley's wedding. Not her last wedding, the wedding before that. Must have been 9 or 10 back then. 15 now, my feet have done a fair bit of growing. No wonder these shoes hurt so much. My feet weren't made for them. Not the feet I have right now, at any rate. Why am I wearing them? It hurts. Keep walking. Can't not keep walking. Afraid something bad will happen if I stop. I'm alone. There's something behind me. I don't know what that something is. Sure, my breath catches in my throat. Everything's been swallowed up by a musty, impenetrable darkness. It smells like the inside of a walk-in wardrobe that hasn't walked in a very long time. I tremble. My footsteps strike against the tiles over and over. Okay, so are we dreaming? My heart beats inside my chest. It knocks against my ribcage. My feet hurt. They hurt so much. They're starting to bleed. Soles and blisters run along the backs of my feet. I can feel welts in the grooves between my toes. All bursting. Give it time, my blood will turn burgundy, then dark red, then black. Dark red, the same thing. Well, not technically. In fact, I think burgundy would actually come after dark red, because burgundy is a little more brownish. Here's the thing. I've done a lot of artwork, so unfortunately that's why I know that coloring thing. I think burgundy is actually darker than dark red, because it's more brown, so it will come later. Light bulb, the stalls, the sinks, the taps, the toilet paper, the dryers, the towels, the mirrors, the mirrors. Something strange. The mirrors. The mirrors, it's the girl inside them. Everything smells. The girl looks back at me in the mirror. Her fingers when her skin so tight, the knuckles so white. Is it me? She stares back. Where am I? How did I get here? What is this place? It was me when I first started walking, but the more I walked in these 2 small shoes, the less like me I'd become. I started to change. I just didn't realize it. The mirrors. This girl. Mirror. That's actually very prettily done artwork right there. Sick, my feet are sticky too, so it doesn't matter. The girl looks like me. Same hair, same eyes, same nose, same ears, same lips. But she isn't me. And I smile and frowns when I frown. This face is mine, but I know it isn't. It can't be. I'm not her. She's not me. Lynne? Then there's something brushy at the back of my neck. A mirror. There's something behind me. I don't know what it is, but I know it's something cold. Something cold in the roll of toilets through the sink on the far right. I don't know how long it's been soaking for. How long I've been here. Well, I've been with her. I don't know anything really, but... Rec 15 stress. I do know this is it. The end. There'll be no more repetitions. No more walls. It's just me. And Me in the darkness and the bad thing that lurks within it, behind me, breathing against my neck. Welcome home, Lynne. Say with indivisible teeth and cross-eyed, we missed you. Fair. I got the wrong girl. I'm not her. I'm not Lynne. Hey, Squirt, rough night. You've popped right out of the 80s. I root through the bread bin and unearthed the last 2 slices of 4 buttons, half and half. Naturally, they're crust, cast-offs nobody wants. Your own slice of toast, not the crust. There's nothing wrong with the crust or the end pieces of bread. If anything, they hold up very nicely to toasting and buttering. I've never understood why people don't like the end pieces of bread. They're good. Thanks a lot. No problem, honey. Why are you so selfish? I wonder. Maybe because I'm a horrible person? Well, I know that. Crust, I mean, with this toaster inside. Again, there's nothing wrong with the crust. I feel worked up. I've been worked up ever since I woke up. Well, you're sitting at 16% stress right now, sweetheart. Brushing my teeth. I was worked up when I was combing my hair. I was worked up when I was putting on my skirt and sliding up my socks and buttoning my shirt. Now I'm worked up as I wait for my incredibly appetizing breakfast to finish toasting. Finish a knife from the cutlery drawer and peer inside the when I work into the toaster. My hair nearly gets caught inside. All done, genius. Shut up. And the toaster, if I don't lean in quite so closely this time. The floor inside. Why is it taking so long? You going anywhere in a hurry? I have to go to school. I don't know why you're so eager. I always hated school. Yeah, but I have exams coming up. Crust. You shouldn't do that. You'll electrocute yourself. Like you care. I do care, actually. You'll definitely care 1 million watts of electricity, of course, through your thick skull. I'll survive. That's what you think. God, why do kids think they know everything? I'm not a kid. Please. Just a lot. It's very effective. Good applying it. Her eyes are particularly expressive. She's pretty already. She doesn't need makeup, but the makeup makes her even prettier. Now her makeup's the sole thing that gets her out of bed in the morning. But that's a little depressing. Not much else for her to do. She doesn't have a job. She just sits around the house all day. Wish I could do that. I thought you were meant to be the smart one in the family, Lynne. I'm not smart. I suck. Literally. Piss off. One who sucks, and that is what her belly is proof of stuff. Ow! Hello! Not you get pregnant like that. I know that much. Be in secondary school, but I'm not thick. Not that thick, anyway. Toaster pings, my breakfast pop up like I should be happy to see me. I'm not. Piss off. Why aren't you at breakfast, you crazy girl? I thought you said you didn't want to be late to school. I don't. Then why don't you get a move on? You'll miss your train. I know. Fish thick like this somehow make them taste better and scoop of lemon curd for good measure. Lemon curd mixed with the gooey bright yellow butter, and here's what looks kind of gross, but it tastes fine. Shit. Lynne, are you sure you're okay? You seem a little out of it. A little, I guess. Bad dream? Yeah. Bad isn't quite cover it. Terrible. Like, my feet still hurt. Whether they were sewn in one piece or not. Afraid they'd be bloody stumps with little bones all broken. Reinforced shoes too small for me. Fine, but that was 10 minutes ago. Shoes. Mental? Maybe I have. You were tossing and turning like the girl from The Exorcist this morning, Lynne. You woke me up. Next one's like Jazz upstairs. She doesn't usually surface until gone noon. She doesn't have to. Now she dropped out of sixth form college. Practiced her makeup in front of her vanity mirror. Our vanity mirror, actually, since we share the same bedroom. We sit here and watch the Jeremy Kyle show. Stomach churns. Sorry, Jess. It's alright, I already had my revenge. The bread. Mm-hmm. So, what are you going to do today? More studying? Don't mention the S word. I know. You got your GCSEs coming in. What, 3 weeks? You better get cracking. Honey, you're not helping! Butter is sweet, oily, fatty. Her shirt sweet. It's thick, sticky. It's clogging up my throat. Too much on. You know, Mom and Dad expect a lot from you. Don't let them down. That's really not helping. I feel sick. I definitely used too much lemon curd. Jazz, please. What? It's the truth. As I turned out to be such a monumental fuck-up, the least you can do is not fail all your GCSEs. That does not help! Remember? That's what they say, but... Swallow. I don't want to talk about it. Well, you'll probably be fine. You'd have to try to do worse in your GCSEs than I did. And she's trying to make us feel better, I think, but dear God, does that not help? Yeah, it's different now. You could retake your exams. I can't. Sucks to be you. I'm sure, but I know I can't. Not anymore. I used to fight a lot when younger with hair pulling and scratching, but now Jazz is pregnant. I'd feel a little guilty on slapping her. Can't hit pregnant women. A woman is your sister, who isn't really a woman. Yes. It's interesting when it's the younger sibling who has the Cain instinct, isn't it? Which leads me to wonder, what is the age difference of these two? Because, like, if it's less than 5 years, it's your nemesis assigned at birth, in the case of the siblings. If it's, the age difference is more than 5 years, your parenting skill is literally maxed out by college. At least that's the way it seems to work. Or has worked with me. Pregnant woman's your sister. Yeah, I don't think she is anyway. She's only 19. Okay, so where's, what, 15 is, I think they said? And she's 19. So, yeah, we're in the right age group for it to be. We're basically each other's nemesis. Dirty tongue is the roof of my mouth. I should probably get going. You probably should. Don't drop out of school before your exams start. Otherwise, what would be the point? You're not helping. Jazz derives happiness from my suffering. She really is a rotten big sister. Again, Cain instinct. Nemesis assigned at birth if you have less than 5 years between you. She used to bully me relentlessly when we were little. She was always kicking me beneath the dinner table, hitting me with the TV remote, which would creepy stories in my ear at night when I was trying to sleep. Real when I was 4. I cried. I cried a lot. Then she went and got herself knocked up, and now she's so heavily praying on her back when she starts being a bitch because I feel guilty. Makes one of their GCSE results give her credit for. What are you going to do all day, Jazz? Watch the Jerry Kyle show, probably. Don't you ever get sick of that. Nope. I don't like that show. I think it's mean. Sort of show that makes fun of people like Jazz. Poor, sad, broken people pour out their guts and argue with each other and break down into tears, and then they laugh and cheer and applaud like something funny. Okay, so is this basically just the Jerry Springer show but said in a way that won't get into a copyright? Isn't it funny? It's real people's lives, and I hate it. Jazz doesn't seem to care. I know it's mean, but I'm not on the show. Why does it matter? My dirty plate beneath the lukewarm water and frown. Just isn't very nice. Says you. Didn't you give that girl in your class a black eye a few months ago? She deserved it. She called you a slut. She might have been right. Belly straight beneath her shirt like a large, obscene balloon. Maybe I am a slut. This is why I can't argue with Jazz anymore, not even when she steals my apricot yogurts. She doesn't fight back like she used to. And tugs the hem of my school skirt, I hold it down with one hand and use the other to support the straps while I beat up old messenger bag. I can't afford a new one. I have to bear with it just like I have to bear with Jazz's hand-me-down uniforms and the old scuffed trainers. Hello. Did I? There we go. These are not the shoes I wore to Aunt Shirley's first wedding. My mouth. Why am I still thinking about that dream? It's left an impression on me, that's rare. Bad dreams on almost daily basis, but the details start slipping away the moment I open my eyes. I wonder if we still remember. Just the gist, but the specific ends out like they're on the way to platform number 2. There are watches in the electronic signboard. Rush hour in London is never pleasant. Okay, so that explains where the heck we are. It was packed. I hate going to school. Bulky messenger bag to manipulate. I was scrambling onto the train. He cried. His mother started scolding me very, very loud in front of all those smart businessmen. What do you think you're doing, you clumsy girl? His nose is bleeding. You could have caused him serious damage. What do you have to say? How about F you, Karen? 2. I couldn't cry, of course. I wasn't a little kid. People don't think it's cute when teenagers cry. They think it's pathetic. I was 13 back then. I'm even older now. I don't feel any wiser, though. This was school for good. I don't need to ride on a cramped train at 7:30 in the morning, give her guilt instead of go to college like Jazz did. Occasional subject. Oh, like getting your nails trimmed, how to curl people's hair, but Dad wasn't very happy. I kept banging on, saying she was wasting her life, wasting her education. When you're so many opportunities, you just fling them back in our faces. Why can't you be more like your sister? I don't want anybody to want to be like me. I don't want to be like me, but at the same time, I have the right taps on visual vision with basins, but I don't. I see a girl my age, but not quite my age. Hello. Form group. Been the same formers that started Gray's Court School. You know, the features on her face, the shape of them too. Her eyes. It's a little creepy. The doves lost in our oversized Gray's Court uniform our first day in year 7. They didn't tell me if we were twins. Like being a twin is something special. We're not, of course. We're not related at all. Fair enough, but the blood types are so weak, they'd have to be like water. It's me. A similar name at least. My name is Lynne. She's called Lynne. She's me, but a me who reached into the scrowl box and pulled out an extra vowel. More than mine if you try to play it on the board. She's so much better than I am. In a way, I guess she is. Her bag is nice and shiny, so are her shoes. Her uniforms are always ironed, her tights never have holes. Me, but better. Lynne with an E. She'll probably do better in her GCSEs than I will too. Lynne is really smart. Sure. Even as she lifts her head, meet mine. Her gaze hurts. A needle digging in the back of my skull. Wince. I know this is going to sound petty, but I really, really hate that girl. Hey, Lynne, guess what Aki bought me? I don't know. What did Aki buy you? Well, cross. She keeps on crossing, recrossing, and adjusting the hem of her skirts. Susan's kind of like that. Girl's lucky enough to be considered kind of pretty, despite all her freckles, and she likes flaunting it. Face is nice, I guess, but I think her thighs are the prettiest part of her body. Okay. Susanna is a little stuffy. Bad for my self-esteem. She has way more boyfriends than I have, and it's not fair. Honey. Susan. He bought me a maid's uniform. A real maid's uniform. Oh, really? That's cool, I guess. It's not enthusiastic. It's hard work. They're at me, more like about her dreamy Japanese boyfriend for the last month and a half. Aki. She met him online when she was doing a live stream. Said he could compose music and knew a little bit about idol culture. She was really serious about being a performer. He could be her manager. Now he's dating her. All the loosest possible ways. They live in Japan and we live in Richmond. Did anybody else think that sounds a little fishy? It's cool, right? I'm gonna wear it on one of my live streams. Neat. Yeah, I picked the outfit out myself. It's kind of expensive. I mean, Aki has money, so... Having a rich boyfriend must be nice. Any boyfriend, full stop. I guess Aki's more of a man than a boy. He lives so far away, he's kissing and cuddling. So, basically he's a sugar daddy, right? And a former, especially brain dead. A tattoo with his protractor and a blue bureau pin. Oh, Lord. He gave himself a makeshift tattoo, but he also gave himself blood poisoning. Yep. I'm making lecherous con trying to peer up girls' skirts when they walk the stairs. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. In fact, I hate them. Girls my age are meant to be interested in relationships, I think. That's what all teen books and movies say. I'm not, though. Maybe there's something wrong with me. That's what Jazz says. She had a lot of boyfriends, so she was my age too, but I don't think she ever really liked them. Imagine it. Letting a boy like Riley retouch with their dirty, smudgy fingers makes me feel sick. I think I'd rather have a boyfriend like Aki, who lives so far away and never have to wear a period up my skirt or try to quote me. I don't want to. He's so generous. Maybe have a boyfriend like he's the second coming of Christ. I can't ask him to buy me anything, you know? There anything. He just jumps the chance like it's some huge honor. Sugar daddy! No, I say you please. For the, in all intents and purposes, that's what the game is saying. I think it sounds weird. Oh, Lynne. Tuts, she looks sympathetic. You understand when you start dating. Stupid boys like Bradley are rude and mean and make gross comments, but real men know how to treat their girlfriends right. I'm sorry, I love this face right here. Just... Anyone who's ever been around guys in high school and everything, you know what it's like. Why's that? They're lucky to have us. I mean, look at it this way. I'm a cute young girl in the prime of my youth. He, meanwhile, is it is the holy fuck! I called it! I freaking called it! Sugar daddy, but he's also a creep. What the fuck? No! Girl! No! No! Honey, no, why? I know this is fiction, but the sad thing is there are real people out there who do this crap. Honey, this is a creep. What the hell? What they don't know doesn't have to hurt them. Honey, if you're having to use that as your excuse for why you haven't told your parents something, then maybe you should realize they are going to disapprove. You worry too much, Lynne. What if she has a couple of boyfriends? Let's make her more mature than I am. Or older. I should live a little. That's why you never had a boyfriend yourself. I don't think I want one. You will. Give it time. Like it's a foregone conclusion. Manicured, painted with a nude gloss. She never invites them. Where's the time to worry about their appearance that much? Susie, I guess. 12 years now, her chance to become a Japanese idol. English angel with white skin and blue eyes. Be working out for her. I think she's actually pretty popular now that I watch her streams. Kind of voyeuristic, I think. Anyway, who wants to watch their best friend's Carol or cat ears or a kimono? I guess she has a new costume in her repertoire now, because her boyfriend slash manager slash creep. Good for Susie. She's happy. Looks happy anyway, and isn't that basically the same thing? Dad and Jazz are arguing again. Well, she probably didn't want to argue, at least of all with Dad. Dad used to bully me when I was little, but I don't think she's a nasty person, not really. She's certainly tried to pick a fight with her dad. Dad's a lot bigger than both of us. He's scary too. He'd be scary if he didn't have such a quick temper. Broad, very large, they're scarred from years of manual labor. It's like construction. Done as since I can remember. My good dad works in construction. Usually he's too tired just to do anything other than sigh and grunt and lounge over watch TV when he comes home from work. Most of the time. Not all the time. Bleeding, then he starts shouting. Never starts shouting right away though. First, like a volcano before it erupts. That makes it even scarier. Not a bad person. Doesn't mean to lose his temper. I don't think he wants to shout at Mom or insult Jazz or make me cry. He's stuck in an exhausting job he doesn't like, but he never went to college, so he can't get anything better. I'm the shitter right now. There's no way he can even hope of getting anything halfway decent. That's why he keeps telling me I should study. I have to do well. I have to succeed. I have to make him proud. They really just don't end up like me. She broke the news about her pregnancy. Maybe that was some kind of failure on his part. Maybe he thought he'd done everything good for us and Jazz was throwing his efforts back in his face. Considering what you said he said the last time, yeah, that's probably what's happening. Back. She had to defend herself and things got worse. Mom asked Dad to stop and he just shoved her away. Marigold, it has nothing to do with you. Look, and Mom hid herself away in the kitchen. Dad and Jeff still are. Even now I can hear them downstairs. Voice echoing through the house. So you just sat at home and did nothing again. You're wasting your life. Well, what do you expect me to do? I'm 6 months pregnant. I don't want to risk hurting the baby. The baby, the baby. It's always the fucking baby. You should have thought of that before you gave yourself to the first man that asked. I already told you it was a party. I was drunk. And that makes it all better, doesn't it? I wasn't saying that. I don't want to hear it. I didn't raise my daughter to be a slut. I wish the walls of this house weren't so thin. I can hear them yelling in the upstairs bathroom. And noise complaints more than once. I got so bad when we moved out to live with one of her friends for 3 weeks. Mom cried, thought she'd never come back, but she did. Dad cried too. Said he was sorry. He was so sorry. Said he never shouted at her like that again. He was wrong. Corners, water with warm pools around my body. Tap is faulty. Drips over and over in the already filled bathtub. Not enough. I'm drafting noise. Completely want to hide from it all. Okay, I like how that. I don't like getting changed from my classmates. I was worried. So wrong. As distorted, like it's having an alien planet millions of light years away. To be honest, that is kind of relaxing to just shove your ears underwater. I mean, you'll hate it later when you gotta get the water out, but I mean, it's very soothing. I prefer that. I like to live in space when I can be alone. No Dad, no Mom, no Jazz, no Susie, no Lynne either. Lynn's house is like this. And we actually have Miss number 86, Miss Harper. Will you please step onto the stage? Huh? I want to obey the disembodied voice, but I can't. Okay, so this is another dream sequence. Okay. Heart is pounding. Getting more and more excited, the previous side is ushered off the stage. The red X that marks the spot is free, waiting. Sick. Why did I sign up for this? I don't think I did sign up. It must have been Susie. You wouldn't want to miss out a shot at stardom, would you? I would very much so. I don't like performing in front of other people. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Not anything really. Why am I here? I'm sorry, I can't back out now. Most deafening. Miss Harper, will you please step onto the stage? Sounds patient. Susie. Come on, Lynne, we worked hard for this. You can't back out now. I don't know, I'm nervous. You can't be nervous, not after we worked on your choreography. And you have such a cute outfit, too. It'd be a shame not to flaunt it. Cute? Not so sure. But it doesn't look cute on me. The skirt is too short. Move around too much. I'll be in serious danger for my underwear to the entire nation. What was I thinking? I never think. Please, I can't. You have to. Aki composed a song especially for you. Aki? So, I'm explaining these small lines beneath his eyes. They were yellow too, and there are blemishes on his skin. He's rich, so. Your mother made your costume. You can't let her down. That's right. I made it for you, darling. Just for you, darling. Mama? Surprised you. I wanted to come cheer you on. That's right. You can do it, Lynne. Jazz is here, too. Why would Jazz be here? Sarah, I'm sure it never really makes sense Jazz to be here, too. I'm sure about Dad. Maybe so ashamed of the thought of his favorite daughter being full of her or something. I should tell you, he can bear to show up. I don't think I blame him. My heart pounds harder and harder. You can do it, Lynne. Don't back down. You're meant to be the smart one. At least one of my children about to something. Ow! Hey, what about me, Mom? But you worry too much, Lynne. You need to live a little. That's why you've never had a boyfriend. I feel like I'm going to be sick, but maybe Susie's right. I do need to live a little. I tried. Let's go on. Sure, we'll go whether I want it to or not. Far too bright, the roar of the crowd is deafening. I feel like I've been tossed off the side of a ship. I'm drowning in sounds and sensations. Oh, as I can see the white lights flickering inside my eyelids when I blink. This station. Me down any time. Trample me. Break me. Shiver. Started to run. Sweat. Wild. For the stars. I have a microphone. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm Lynne Harper, 15 years old. Anything with the eyes less appreciatively. My friend Susie beside us, and she put together a routine for me, so I'm gonna sing and dance. Do your best. Yes, but thank you. What's wrong with it? Bottom of the ocean. Stunners who trip and fall over their own feet. Means who can't get a single smile, let alone a laugh. There's a meanness, really. It's a way to mock and belittle those who dare think they have talent. I don't think that. I know I don't have any talent. I'm just Lynne. Plain Lynne. I don't even have an extra E at the end of my name. Which? Eyes or nose or ears or mouths. Goodness, those features are pretty sharp. Eyes are awfully familiar. Her nose, her mouth, her ears, her hair. It's just like me, but she isn't me. She can't be me because I'm up here and she's down there. Lynne? Just the stage, she's not doing anything. What a waste. A waste. I really am. A waste. Till a strange scuttle sensation begins to creep. No, not just creep, caress my body. Intimate, but in such an incredibly wrong way it makes the hair stand on the back of my neck. What's happening? Legs, there are. Some tough legs. Where hold them? Come from? I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever find out. What's this? Legs, sound, they burst. Wriggle and writhe, can rearrange my body. We're at 50% stress right now. She just watched and stared. She won't do anything to help me. Why should she? I've never tried to be nice to her. Why would she be nice to me? This is a very freaky dream. There. My mouth beneath my eyes. I'm choking. I'm drowning. I'm dying. Everybody laughs. Hey, Lynne, you finally woke up, and good God, you look awful. Morning, Sleeping Beauty. Did you have a good night? Who the hell are you? Why might I be staring? It's a woman with dark skin and shockingly pink hair. metal being set off the security at any airport across the world. Vaughn, short for Yvonne. She's Jazz's older, kind of creepy friend. Okay, well, thank you for taking a hot minute to explain. I think she's bad company. I'm not sure if I agree or not. Vaughn is pretty cool, but she's also rather scary. I think I last saw Vaughn 4 months ago. Said she'd become a Wiccan. She asked if I wanted her to read my poem. Palm reading, but Vaughn is very convincing. I was a little afraid that if she saw the imminent end of my life in my hands, it might come true. Hey there, Vaughn. I don't know if I want to impress her or try to hide from her. Something emerged the war inside my head. I run clean beside the kitchen door like a lizard. Bad enough I just got out of bed, but I'm still wearing my pajamas. My hair is all messed up too. What's new with you? Jazz right, you don't look so hot. That's nothing really, just bad dreams. Yeah, must be pretty awful. You look like a zombie. Thank you. Vaughn, I think that might count as some sort of compliment. Maybe? Is it cause of exams? I hear you had your GCSEs in a few weeks. Could be. It's a little stressful. Gotta be hard being the smart one of the family. I'm not really. You're smarter than me. Well, that's not exactly hard, is it? You don't be a bitch. I'm sorry, you had that coming. Give Vaughn a shove, but Vaughn avoids her easily. I'm quite heavily pregnant with around something like cannonball. Jazz can't really counter. Do his tut. And why aren't you in school, little miss? It's gone 9. Study leave. Study leave around the last month of year 11, huh? Yeah. That takes me back. It's been so long I almost forgot. I meant to stay at home and study, I guess. I don't need to get dressed yet. At least I didn't think I did. If I'd known Vaughn's there, I'd clean myself up a bit. Well, don't stay up too late. You'll get panda eyes. Not so scary looking. Vaughn's actually pretty nice. She did let Jazz crash from surf a few weeks and hold it back with Dad. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Jazz did get knocked out at a party. Vaughn held her house with all her weird goth friends, so maybe she felt responsible. Whatever. I don't really understand Jazz's relationship with Vaughn or how they became friends in the first place, but it's not my place to pry. Vaughn have been friends for almost 6 years. Vaughn's 27, I think, so they must have met when Jazz was 13. She was 21. Okay. But they've always gotten on pretty well. But Jazz likes to make jokes. Jokes with Jazz, it can be hard to tell. All but empty, but only 2 slices remaining. Thought they're the crust. Thanks, Jazz. Thanks, Vaughn. That doesn't matter, I'm not hungry anymore. Don't you want to eat anything? No, I'm fine. You get sick if you don't eat. You're already so tiny. I'll be alright. I slowly transformed into a squirming mass of spindly legs. Ugh. Look, I'm sick. Get out of here, the kitchen is stifling. I'm actually gonna go see Susie. Are you going to study together? Something like that. Alright, whatever. Probably nowadays, when she's trying to communicate the alien life form growing slowly inside of her. Alien life form. She's trying to stop it from bursting out. That's a scary thought. Are you sure you didn't watch an alien movie recently? You know, one's ignoring the weird things. Have a good one, Lynne. Don't stay out too late. If Dad gets back and you're not here, he'll go ballistic. I know. I know only too well. So I announced the train departing from platform 2 to London Waterloo is delayed by approximately... I have a sigh. Under the electronic display board. The train light blinks up, blink up, bright orange, then it gets black. A couple of stops away. It'll only take 5 minutes to get there, give or take. There's some kind of holdup. None of the trains are running on time. Pretty rare. Always joke that it'll be the end of the world before the trains start riding on time, but the trains and buses in London are pretty punctual. They aren't. There's so many other trains and buses that follow similar routes, it doesn't really matter. Somebody threw themselves on the track. Well, that's jumping onto something. My life had been worse since I was 5. It's actually kind of depressing. A bag of chipsticks rolls past me, bouncing in the breeze, the packaging glimmering in the sun. Bends around. Why do people litter? Are they really that compelled to cause petty crimes? Nah, in my experience, humans are just lazy. Oh well, it's got nothing to do with me. There we go. Well, usually it's miss rush hour. Businessmen I'm so used to are already at work. Just a handful of stragglers like me, most dressed in casual clothes. Most of the pedestrians moving out, glancing at train time, seem to be around my age. Probably near 11 too. June. Speaking of people my age, I see a girl. Very familiar girl. The girl looks a lot like me, but at the same time decidedly isn't. Okay, so it's Lynne again. Come on. Looks tidy and presentable as usual. Black hair, neat and straight. Wearing casual clothes to make them look sophisticated, like a model in a fashion magazine. Or expensive our clothes are. Much more than mine. And catches me staring and blinks. She looks at me, tilting her head to one side. Is she gonna come over? Does she want to say hello? I hope she doesn't. I'd rather swallow a sewing needle than speak to her. And Lynne in school. So I don't want to talk to her outside of it. Why is she at the train station this time anyway? She doesn't have any friends to visit. The same form group as me since year 7. Similar. I've never seen her talk to anyone. She just sits by herself, staring out into space. Not that she seems to mind. What a weird girl. I really can't stand her. In fact, I think I hate her. I've said that already, haven't I? Yeah, several times. I just can't believe it! Okay, what are you pissed about now, sweetie? Clutching a pink heart-shaped pillow tied to her chest. Susan can't feel jealous. She's not just bustier than me, she's prettier too. Her parents are richer. Pink with a few stuffed toys lying on the bed and a rose-shaped rug on the floor. Childish in a way, but I think it suits her. It just makes the perfect backdrop to her live streams. What does she do during her streams anyway? Does she talk in Japanese and do cute dances? I don't know. I don't really want to know either. No, is it very cute? She's angry about something. Positively fuming. How could Aki ask me to do that? That's so degrading! What did he want you to do? All kinds of things, like, you know, stuff on webcam, this and that. Pillow even tighter. Ugh! I don't know much about online relationships, or offline relationships for that matter, so my advice might not be that useful, but you're not even old enough, right? If that matters, get with the times, Lynne. Technically it does for legal purposes. Am I really that outdated? Not my fault. It's hard to keep up with the current trends when I don't have a laptop. Not like Susie. Thousands. It takes her to start up, and the internet is always guttering off and off. I've only ever used it for homework. I haven't illicit relate with an Asian boy, man, rather, on the other side of the world. She hasn't find out, or worse, dead. How embarrassing would that be? It doesn't sound like Susie wants an illicit relationship either. Not much about it, but wouldn't doing things on webcam, that's a bit sad, doesn't it? Sex ed. Yeah, there's nobody actually there, so you need to imagine a bit. Just have a good imagination. I'm everybody's cute little sister, Suzumi. Uh-huh. Stage name, but can you really call it that when she doesn't perform on a stage? Yeah, you actually can. Stage is her bedroom. Slightly all the same. I don't know why. I feel obligated. When you do that, you sound like a completely different person. It's part of the act. Everyone loves it. Circle lenses. That about Susie's a little too big and not entirely real. It's like watching an actress on TV. Like he was different, but maybe he likes me because of Suzumi too. But he's writing you music. Yeah, not for free. Guys don't help cute young girls out for free. No shit, especially not men in their 30s! You don't? Of course not. People are always thinking about themselves. Yeah. Not that I'm much better. I mean, I'm using him too. There are strings attached. You mean you have to do this and that? Yeah, this and that. Pigtails, she doesn't seem to care. Sister Suzumi is gone. Now it's just Susie. So it's just Susie. I don't mind playing around with him that much, I guess. It can be kind of fun. I like the attention, but I don't know. You can go too far. Did he make you feel uncomfortable? I mean, I'm on my period. Why did you want to do, you know, intimate things? There's a limit on how intimate moments can really be when you're surrounded by 1,000 miles of ocean. Yeah. Did he? Yeah, he always. Yep. Mm-hmm. Don't push me around like that. I'm not push you. I'm gonna say myself usually, so. Let's see. You're a teenage girl. He's a 30-year-old man. What do you think the problem is? Well, he's a lot older than you. He's been doing you all those favors. He bought you a lot of expensive clothes. I guess that's what I thought. Maybe he did a lot for me, so. It's dumb. I don't owe him anything. I don't think so either. I should know my mom. Yeah. No way. Guys are stupid. They don't understand how girls feel. Shouldn't you feel flattered I'm going out with him at all? Whatever. Shit like this. Man, you're gonna be my camera woman for the day, alright? Alright. I've been practicing a dance league. It's pretty popular. I should be able to rack up a decent amount of views on Nico if I record it. I want to do it outside too. Outside? Yeah, outside. You got a problem with that? Not really, but I've seen a camera woman for the last few months, ever since she started using serious traction lines. It's a very lucrative business. Not. You going to her dad? Back garden. Are you sure this is fine? Yeah, it's fine. I have no problem with it. Videos are more popular if they're done in public, like at a park. Scenery's nicer. Videos usually get more views. You can pull people in on the shock factor too, like I did this cute anime dance in public. Oh my goodness. She's done her research. Beyond her little sister Suzumi persona, she's pretty calculating. Anything to boost her views and increase her fan base. Impressed, but you dance outside, people stare at you. So what? A few stares will kill me. Okay, I'll give her credit. She does have some good self-confidence in that. They might insult you. I can deal with it. What if they throw things? People don't throw things in Hyde Park. It wouldn't be respectable. They point out that most young girls don't dance to cute Japanese songs in Hyde Park either, but I don't. Well, here's Susie. Hey, don't you Susie me. You're not the one that has to dance. I am. They won't say anything mean to you. You don't have to. I do. It'll be good for my career. I'm trying to make money out of this. It's not all fun and games, Lynne. I can deal with it. To an Aki yesterday, I've had it up to here. Neck with gross guys. If anybody's rude to me, I'll make them regret it. I'm not sure how to make them regret exactly. She's telling me, but she's not that tall. She's so skinny, too. Convinced. Well, she also looks to be a redhead, and redheads typically are pretty fierce, so. Yeah, we're just going to keep ignoring the fact she's dating a guy in his 30s. You're probably saying, but I can't remember to look at my textbooks. Think about Susie. Think about Aki. Think about Jazz. Think about Jazz's unborn baby. What she's going to call him. Her baby was going to be a boy. It's Jazz, she was going to name her boy after Dad. Jazz let out the skulls in her so far back in her skull I thought they'd fall out. I decided to take this as a no. Our house is cramped up as is. There are only 2 bedrooms. I wanted Jazz and I had the other room right. And brothers and sisters to worry about. I'm sure Susan's parents have more than enough room in their house to slot in a newborn baby, but I can't ask them to take in Jazz's kid. My parents like me very much, let alone my bastard baby brother. Technically, honey, he's gonna be your nephew, not your baby brother. Question. Where will the baby go? Where will he fit? And what will Dad say when the baby's been born? I won't be able to pretend Jazz is pregnant, and now the evidence there right in the face. Will he lose his temper? He's seen at the hospital. He's shouting at Jazz. I can't really bear to think about it. Maybe I don't want to, but... Lynne, are you busy? It's Dad. Lynne? Hey, Lynne. I'm enough to know this could become violent at any given second. I'm free. You can come in. People. He's a little above average, I guess. Mostly developed 3 years of my life. Just 2 videos for bigger men. I don't live with any men like that. If I did, I would learn to be scared of them. Dad. Hey, Lynne. Can I come in? Sure. Why? Self-defense? You're not cross with me, are you? I'm not cross? Why? I'm kind of doing quietly. You hardly said anything at dinner. Hardly ate anything either. Oh. I didn't think you'd noticed. I was too busy listing all of Jazz's faults and flaws. Rude, ungrateful, careless, irresponsible, or considered prideful. It goes on and on. I wasn't hungry. Are you sure? I think you've lost a bit of weight lately. Really? Your cheeks are hollowing out. You look like a little skeleton. Maybe it's true. I've suffered from nightmares for as long as I can remember. They're more and more pronounced lately. It's not even the stage show the insects was rather tame in comparison. I can still eat after such awful dreams. Fine, really. I'm not hungry, that's all. You're not on some kind of diet, are you? Good, I'm not a girl, but I know you're all into silly stuff like that. Yeah, well, the world tends to judge every female based on the dimensions of our bodies at any given point, so... And unfortunately, as it's now coming out, they do the same thing to guys too, so basically, we just need to stop judging humans based on the dimensions of their bodies, for frick's sake. Exhales his posture. It's not important. We're not talking about Jess. Let's talk about you. There's not much to talk about, really. Nonsense, you're my little girl. I say a littleness makes me more interesting, but I keep quiet. It's best to keep quiet around Dad. Your exams are coming up. You nervous? A bit. I'm nervous. I was nervous about my exams too as part of being a kid. Mauled by a crab. I'm literally just seeing Mr. Krabs. I'm sorry. Be fine. You've been studying, haven't you? I don't know what hurts more, the weight of my head or the weight of his expectations. Yeah, I've been studying. Good girl, so long as you try your best, that's all I can ask for. I'll try. I know I don't mean it. Is that what you were doing, Susie, today? Love studying? Yeah. Not like Jazz. She's always going off with that awful Bond girl, though she's so much older than our Jazz. Should have been stricter, told her off enough times, but Jazz doesn't listen. She doesn't, does she? Never has, never will. When I shout at her, it makes me wonder what the point of it all is. If I can't even discipline my own children. I don't think anybody can discipline Jazz. She's a law unto herself. When he does, it's usually around me. I'm not trying to boast, it's just how things are. Jazz never makes Dad smile. She makes him shout and spit and rage. You're right, totally right. You're often right, Lynne. I don't know. I do. Don't sell yourself short. I liked Jazz when I was her age. Thought I knew best. Never listened to anybody, least of all my parents. I was a shithead. A lot of mistakes when I was raising Jazz. So did Mary. I don't want to make the same mistakes with you. I want you to study hard. I want you to get a good job. I want you to make something of yourself. You know that, don't you, sweetie? All of a sudden, my throat feels dry. My head pulsates. It's my mind, dear wife. I think that's from Shakespeare, Macbeth. You're studying in school. At least I remember something. Too bad all things I remember are completely worthless. Well, why, you're a good girl, smart girl. You might not be great at math or science, but I know you'll ace English for sure. Your teacher always tells us some nice thing about you at parents' evening. You'll do all right. I have faith in you. You'll make your old man proud. Never did, but you're different. I hope you don't let me down. Dude, don't say that shit! Intelligent, but at least I'm sentient. I know I still exist. In the middle of the night, the lights are dim, the sky is full of stars, and I still exist. I'm worth for a stranger on the internet like Susie does. I don't extort older men for clothes and shoes and accessories and want to pretend I'm somebody I'm not. I don't want to. No matter how desperate I want to go out with me either. I've never been good at playing pretend, not like Susie. I was the one who created the complicated backstories of our dolls or divvied up the roles when we played at being happy families. I never had much of a model to go on. There's a wedge between my head and it hurts a little. It tugs at my scalp when I shift, but I try to ignore it. Me, I at least want myself. Okay. Alright, so, yeah. We're just gonna skip on this real quick. 1 second. Sorry about that. Something actually came up. Okay. Try to keep his voice down because you're murmuring angry to Mom in the room. That girl's just the respect over your neck when she gets back. No, you're actually not, dude. Pain, hear the cold taps in the bathroom, the humming of the fridge downstairs, and I hear the springs of Mom and Dad's bed creaking. Wish I couldn't. Okay! 9 then. I was 6. Haven't heard the springs in their room creaking for a while. Okay. Your low, angry murmuring, arguing. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it isn't so quiet. It's quiet now, so steps aside to carry something deeper, darker, wind outside. When she sleeps, my own sighs. Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna actually skip ahead here because no. Okay, so yeah, we just skipped ahead by a line. As you can see, our stress level went up, and then our sister kind of showed up. Interesting thing, we apparently, our character may have realized she prefers women over men, so we'll see what that goes. Whoever's taking it seriously anyway. Oh god. That's true. At least she didn't wake him up. Is he mad at me? Livid. Thought so. Why are you out so late anyway? How's that Bonds? We were watching Saw. What? Saw? Because it's awesome. All messed up. No, honey, that's not how serial killers are made. I just had to watch the first one, I swear, but then Bob brought up the second, the third, and that's normally how it goes with series of movies. So I kind of want to marathon them. Don't you worry, Dad would say? A bit, but I didn't want to think about Dad. I'm an adult. I should be allowed to do what I want. You're 19, honey. That's not an adult. You want to watch Saw? Yep. It's not even Halloween. Okay, I'm going to say right now, there is always a good time. Any time is a good time for a horror movie. I mean, that's why we have horror movies that were made around Christmas time. That's an entire subgenre here. Okay? Horror is not just for Halloween. Moving on. Fright of my life when I came back, let me tell you. You're horrible. I'm just teasing. Don't take it to heart. You're a healthy young girl. Everyone would enjoy yourself. Shut up. Don't look so huffy. I'm a girl too. I know what it's like. Be quiet. So... Seriously! Jazz! What? I'm just saying. You don't have to say. I'm sorry for trying to give you some advice. Wouldn't you rather it come from me than from a future boyfriend? I'm never gonna have a boyfriend. Oh, you're little. Don't talk my body like that. Don't sweat it. I'm not exactly rocking a bikini body here either. Tell anyone. Really? Yeah, although... What? You're pulling some weird faces. It looked like you've been possessed. It was actually pretty scary. My face. Okay, so we're back in a weird dream sequence. Let's see. It's actually hurting my throat having to do so much talking. Eyes are turning into ice. Why am I sitting down in a place like this? Where in the world am I? I'm trying to get to my feet, but... There's something inside me is jammed. What happened? Awkward angle snapped just beneath the knee, like a tree branch in a thunderstorm. Through my skin? Feels like it hurts. I didn't realize just how much it hurt, but that's because I didn't realize it was broken so bad. I saw it with my own eyes. But that doesn't make any sense. Why did it hurt before? Yeah, I can see it. I should have been able to feel it. No, anything. These are definitely some creepy-ass dream sequences. Maybe it's happening. Left. So the stairs should be completely empty. It's just a vast yawning crevice. And we are at 70% stress right now. So what's the other place on landing? So you're awake. Oh? Wait, am I in Saw now? You're awake. Oh, wait. Liquid nitrogen. It's quite a while for you to come to, you poor baby. Don't trust it. Don't trust her. Where is she? Can't see her. Oh. In front of me, she's in this nice way, so her breath glides across my cheeks. What if she was wearing a mask? Where'd she come from? Or... No, it's impossible. I'm crazy. Ow. Forgot it's supposed to hurt. It's more than before. My ankles. How long have I been here? Does that really matter, sweetie? You're here now and you're not going to leave. No? No. Sorry. Right. You might as well make yourself comfortable. You have no other choice. Pretty. Rather striking. Her eyebrows are curved in two neat arches. Her eyebrows are pierced. Her nose is pierced too, and her ears. Familiar. In fact, I think I recognized her. Are you Vaughn? My name doesn't matter. I'm sure it's Vaughn. It looks like her at least. But what is she doing here? I think my leg's broken. It would be, sweetie. Why? Why, indeed, that is the question. Her eyes hardened. You shouldn't need to ask me that. The reason should be obvious. What do you mean? We thought if you were subjected to a sudden sharp shock, you might remember what it was you've done wrong. But I guess not. You really are hard-headed. Maybe you're feeling real remorse. I'm sorry. Hurt. Sears. Sorry if I did something wrong. I swear I didn't mean to. Those are pretty words, yes, but I can't trust them. Why not? How can I accept an apology when you don't understand why you're apologizing in the first place? That's just my opinion. What does everyone think? Vaughn. Audience? We're the only ones here, aren't we? But we're not alone. We're not alone at all. I'm in a circle. There are the walls anymore. It's like they've eaten the landscape around me. Termites. People calling them a mere crowd as we get to cover it. Doesn't give any sense of scale. A crowd of strangers. They're so strange to me. Alien, in fact. I can't tell if they have eyes or ears or noses. Jazz? Susie? Mom and Dad? Why are they all standing there watching? I can't. The words stuck in my throat. Too, by a spectral pair of scissors, perhaps? I can't make so much as a squeak. It hurts so badly I can hardly think. I can hardly even feel. Whoever came up with these dream sequences, you definitely know how to make some very unnerving dreams. Blittered by pain. Pain fills my skull like a thick cloud of smog. A cloud of flies. Oh dear. Seems like you really have let everybody down, dear. I feel so easily and she won't even break a sweat. I'm completely at her mercy. Nobody will defend me. No one wants to. They're all empty and soulless. Scarecrow people. They have any emotions in their hearts? Any care, any compassion? Maybe I don't deserve it. Now, do you know what people do with witches? Whoa. How did this turn into a witch hunt? What? I'm a witch? I thought Vaughn was a witch, a self-proclaimed wicked. But I don't know if this woman is Vaughn, just like I don't know whether the Jazz or Susie, Mom or Dad in the car are really Jazz or Susie or Mom and Dad. I don't know if I'm the real Lynne. It's really my body? This hurt my throat. I can't twitch the toes of my right foot. I can't twitch the toes of my left foot either. Witches get burnt at the stake, right? Why? Haven't I been through enough? Don't worry about it, sweetheart. It'll be over soon. I know just how weak you are, how fragile, how easily broken. But it wouldn't be fun if you passed out too quickly. What? You did something wrong, sweetie, if you don't remember it. We do. Look at all the people you've disappointed, all the people you've let down. I really can't blink. Do they even have eyelids? All of a sudden, this idea sounds more sensible. Why should people need eyelids here? They could sort of judge me. Of course they would stare. Excuse me. I'll just call for my lovely assistant. Together, the girl steps forward from the crowd. She's a tall girl. Another one who reminds me of Vaughn. Legs are broken. Time in the world. Oh. I think I'm actually getting sleepy now. All these dreams, I'm getting sleepy. That's creepy. I know her only too well. All the time, whenever I'm asleep or awake, I can't escape her. I can never escape. Give our guest a helping hand, dear. You know what to do. Give them more space for whatever cruel ceremony she's supposed to conduct. Shiver. Is she even alive? Any blood inside her? Maybe she doesn't have blood but ice. That's why she's so cold to the touch. Frozen over. Ask her why. Why are you doing this to me? Do you really hate me this much? Why do you hate me? How dare you hate me? You suffer when I want to make you suffer much, much more. I can't even say those things. My throat is swollen. No sound comes out. She sighs. Looks like some kind of tablet. Medicine? I don't have enough time to wonder. And then she dips her head. It was pressed against mine. So surprised my eyes snap open wide. So do my lips. It tastes strange. Everything here is strange. My head sweats, my whole body hurts. It isn't just my leg. Look, I'm being torn apart. Stabbed with shards of glass over and over again. Remember. How do I swallow the tablet? I don't know what the strange medication is, but I know I can't swallow it. I won't. Consuming me. Devouring. I choke. Small tab slides down my throat. Mine too feels like I'm being ripped apart. What was I ever myself to begin with? Maybe there is no girl thing. I'm just a copy, a fake. I can't breathe, I can't talk, I can't think. All I can do is hurt. And the burning flesh falling from the bottom. My skin is smoldering, my flesh is melting. I'm hurting, I'm crying, I'm dying. The hurt more. It's no longer attached to my body. I no longer have a body. It's fine. Leave me alone. Hey, Lynne. It's been a while since I last saw you in your uniform. Oh, hey, Jazz. It's a little hard to act completely natural. You alright? You look kind of pale. I'm fine. I'll live. Hey, you sure? It does me think, not blood, but something far more sinister. Charred flesh. It's a top tip from a girl with allergies. Don't pass out in the exam hall. I won't. Hey, that's what they all say. There's always one kid who passes out every year. Always. Is that true? Yeah, I mean, it happened in my school year. There's a kid who passed on the mat. I can remember it like it was yesterday. It's pretty funny, honestly. Teacher's trying to lighten the mood, but she's not exactly filling with confidence. No, she is not. Thing is, he wasn't a stupid kid. Not like me. He was smart. He studied a lot. Maybe that's why. These smart kids put too much pressure on themselves. If they don't do as well as they want, they freak out. As for me, I knew I was going to fail everything, so I never really bothered. It didn't seem like there was any point in worrying. Even though Dad kept pushing you. Even so, I know what my limits are. You just didn't try hard enough. I didn't try at all. You shouldn't sound so cheerful about it. I know, it pisses Dad off too. I can see why, but, well, Dad works in construction, Mom works at a checkout. We don't come from a smart family. I'm not a smart girl. I have no illusions of greatness. That's why Dad wants us to succeed. Well, I'm plenty happy living my life without amounting to anything. Thank you very much. What about society? Society? What have they done for me recently? Jazz laughs. Fuck it all. It doesn't matter. She sounds proud about everything. The things she probably shouldn't be proud about. Dad tells Jazz she should be ashamed of herself. She isn't, though. Not that. Her body. Maybe that's a good thing. It means she doesn't have to worry. Not like me. Or about everything. You can't drop the ball on this one, Lynne. Go and make Dad proud and don't pass out. FYI, that kind of fucks up your chances. I'll have to keep it in mind. Don't want any toast. I'm worried if I have any breakfast, I'll throw up on the train. Worse than knocking into one with my school bag. Doesn't matter anyway. There are only crusts left. Again, crusts are not bad! Invigilate? What's an invigilator? Is that like the person who's just giving you the test or something? Somebody let me know. What? Alright, you pick up your pens and begin your papers. Your exam has now begun. A little slower at start than the rest of my peers. Screws insert at the base of my neck. What am I doing? I'm doing nothing. Oh. There's a small and high up, they let in the barest minimal light. I'm in prison. Prison filled with rows upon rows of desks and chairs, and over 200 teenage boys and girls poured over their maths exam paper. Teacher had too many expectations. Practice papers in class, I managed to get B's. Times meeting once. Susie's the second set for maths. Never studied, she's never received less than a B. Life isn't fair. Leave Susie. Seats in front of me. I see her brown pigtails bouncing as she peers through her booklet. She's writing. 5 minutes have elapsed, but it looks like she's finished the first couple pages already. Look like I'm cheating. Dotted lines for me to write down my answers. I should pick up my pen. together my senses. I have to start writing. I can't. Freezes. Near the beginning of the exam, you aren't even that difficult. I've never had any issues with these before. This shape. What is the circumference of the circle? Plot the line of best fit. It's not hard. I've answered questions like these before. I can't now. For some reason, nothing makes sense anymore. Earth catches in my chest. The whole world around me spins. I feel like I might fall from my chair, but the act of falling requires too much energy. I do a slump. In my chest, my fingers are shaking. I'm too anxious to even raise my hand. Which is unlikely. I'm in this. God, how disappointed will Dad be? They'll be so disappointed. I turned out to be an idiot. Fixed it. For what? I'm wasting it. I can't believe I'm wasting everything. This pale pink pen bob catches the light. Particles of dust swirling in the air. 10 minutes have gone by. I still haven't written anything. Nils is writing. I'm not. I can't. Why? I reach for my pen. My palms are slick with sweat. I bet Lynne's having no problem with this paper. She's the highest set for maths, but I've never seen any of her work. I'm sure she's a straight A student. She's just that sort of girl. I wonder where she is. Ready for that because I'm curious. We're seeing alphabetical order. Miles is Harper. Lynne's is Aitken. Aitken? She'll be further ahead of me. Maybe it is already. Ah, there. I can see her. She's pretty far away, but I can see her clearly. She's so calm in her own village, she doesn't need to focus on the exam paper. I shift to rub my thighs together, sweating. Why so hot today? I feel that hot when I'm waiting for the train. Learning the detail. I saw emerging from a sinkhole, his hands against my cheeks, ropes in his line. Teeth together. Can't post this there. It's all nonsense. The numbers have no meaning and blank spaces. I don't understand a thing. I just stare at the back of his head. Half an hour has elapsed. Is she trying to make me feel bad? No. Oh, no. I doubt she even knows I exist. I hate her. I really, really hate her. And none of this would be happening. It would be so much better if she had never been born. Achievement, 100% stress. Hello! I don't remember closing my exam booklet. I don't remember putting my pen down. I don't even remember picking my pen up. I don't remember holding my exam in the air for the index. I don't remember being dismissed from the exam hall. I don't remember playing my bag from the back of the room. I must have done, because I'm here now. I feel like a large part of my life has been wiped clean away. Did I talk to Susie? Sure I did. Maybe she tried to talk to me. I don't remember. She needs to. Far, far smarter than I am, and I have no advice to give her. I advise her that don't fuck up like I did. Not writing a single thing in your exam will do that to you. Fuck you up, I mean. Oh well. Too late to worry about that. Exam's over now. The whole time I stared at the back of Lynne's head, I didn't answer any questions, not one. He's definitely gonna kill me. Thinking right away, he won't find out. But when my results come in, he's gonna say, you. And he'll flip his lid. So angry. It's all my fault. I feel the anger in me. That's when we learned about Jazzy's baby. Maybe. Great. So it's over. Failed maths, and I failed life too. Failed everyone. I'm a failure. But it isn't my fault. It isn't. Station. looks rather different. And taking back home, the pedestrians and vending machines on board display the next trains. Sitting in metals. Everything is dark gray and dreary. This place looks like it hasn't been used in a long, long time. In London? Am I dreaming? I'm still in the exam hall. I passed out. Is this another dream? Gray, the clouds light gray, the ground, the grass, black as pitch. The whole world begins to distort. They're burning. I'm burning. It's just like one of my dreams. Nightmares, I mean. I only ever seem to have nightmares. Real world, anything could happen. Fish could swim in the air. Birds could fly in the water. Days could be reversed. I need to drink some coffee because my throat is drying out. Okay. I need to take in oxygen. It's almost like the world is crying, but it's far too poetic a notion for a young, stupid girl like me. Honey, you've been pretty poetic for this whole thing at this point. Certainly fanciful enough. Is this my own world? Am I the only person here? Excuse me, you're in my class, right? No, I'm not alone. Of course I'm not. I can't be on my own. I can never be on my own. You're going back to Strawberry Hill, aren't you? Do you know if any trains are running? It's so strange. There's nobody else here, so I was wondering if you knew what was going on. I look like I would know? I don't know anything. Anything else? Mocking because I'm not her. I'm just me. Plain boring. Like, not Lynne. She isn't me. Maybe she was me. We're the same, but we're not. We can't be. Excuse me, Lynne? I don't think she's ever addressed me before. Maybe it's because of the expression on my face. I don't know what my own face looks like. It's probably quite scary. Lynne, are you by any chance feeling sick? I am sick. I'm sick of her. Lynne? Disgusting. Excuse me? Did you hear? You're disgusting. Oh! Afraid, yes. She should be afraid. I'm the one with the power. But I do now. It'd be foolish if I didn't use it. Right? No, I don't think she could. Lynne, why? Why should I need to answer? I don't need to answer. Shut up. Considering she's actually talking to you, this isn't a dream, sweetie. It can't be. Lynne, why are you doing this? Pretty enough. I want to hurt her more. Much, much more. I'm tired. It's hurt all the time. Fun too, like a doll. She's an incredible life-size doll with teeth that rattle around her skull when I hit her. I know we're not close, but I didn't think you disliked me this much. Did I do something wrong? You even have to ask, that shows you don't understand. What? I don't understand. You've never even tried to understand. You've even spoken. enough. I don't want to hear your voice anymore. You need to atone. For what? What'd she do? She didn't do anything. She's been punished. I don't have anybody else I can take this out on. Oh, listen, nobody will understand. It doesn't make sense even to me. It doesn't make sense to her. That's why she can't talk. That's just how hollow and empty I am. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I've always hated you. But why? There's no reason. No logical reason anyway. Because you look just like me. What? You look like me, but you're better than me. You're better in each and every way. Stop Jasper. For shame. I have too much. What about Lynne? Disappear. Go away. Go away. Go away! It's real. Except 6 max. She's so persistent. What should be mine? Good Lord. Damn! Whew. Okay, so we basically got completely stressed out and turned into a murderer. Because we know very well that was not a dream with that last bit. She literally lost her fucking mind. Okay. On that note, I'm actually gonna head off and down a bunch of coffee and try to pretend wow. And you know, pretend the world, maybe go listen to something to make me happy again, because holy crap. Wow. I'll see you next time. Holy fuck.